All right, starting off laying down today, take some time. We're just starting off by being really still. So give yourself a lot of time. Maybe you need to fidget a little bit so that you feel like your shoulders are nice and broad. Your chest can spread open to the ceiling here. Let your low back soften. Your feet can kind of flop out to the side. And give your breath time to really slow down and expand into your deepest inhales and exhales. Really cultivating that spaciousness on the inhale, spreading open your torso. And with the exhale, using the strength of your belly muscles and your ribs and your back to pull the belly button inward toward the spine. Squeeze all the air out. And we'll just take some time cultivating big breath. So close your eyes down. Let your forehead melt, your eyebrows and your ears kind of dripping down to the floor. Maybe you can find a soft smile. Okay, let your cheeks broaden into a smile and see if you could let your jaw just hang open. In this very still moment, you can experience just being, nothing to do. Just being still with what is such a peaceful place to be. Not trying to fix anything or make anything happen. Just being with what is. Big inhale. Big exhale. So let's keep that long, slow breath, that focus on breathing deeply. Okay, bringing in a little movement today. We'll start with lower body. Okay, bend your knees and bring your feet up next to your hips. And then take the feet a bit wide, wider than your hips, maybe even as wide as your yoga mat is. And start to drop those knees side to side for windshield wipers. Okay, one of my favorite ways just to wake up the lower body, the hips, the low back. And we spend so much time sitting in our culture. Yeah, and that low back gets a bit achy. So this is a really nice way to massage it out. Keep breathing. Feel free to really start to deepen that movement as you drop your knees more heavily toward the ground, perhaps, and look away from your knees, finding that that allows the twist to go all the way up your spine now, all the way to your neck and the top of your spine. So keep breathing, twisting. You might get some pops as things adjust in your low back and hips. And the next time your knees point up, pause them there, pick your feet up, and then put your knees together like you have one leg that's fused two legs together. Take your arms into a cactus shape here, really beginning to tuck those shoulder blades underneath your heart. Feel your heart spreading big and broad toward the ceiling. Okay, and then see if you could keep a little bit of core control over your legs and keep your arms grounded, actively pushing the floor as you hover your knees to one side. Just take them in a hover and look away from them. Keep those arms on the floor and then bring it back to center. And then to the other side, hover on the other side. Keep those arms grounded, look away. And then we'll take a few more like that. Inhale through center and exhale to twist. Inhale and exhale. So keep going. Maybe just have your eyes closed here. Just gently wringing your spine out, massaging your back. Keeping some core control here. So preparing your torso for bigger movements. All right, the next time those knees come through center, pause them right there. And then get them just over your hips, okay? You can flex your feet here. It feels nice in your calves. Okay, so knees are just over hips. And then take your hands to your thigh, just above your knee, like you're trying to push your knees away from you. And then, in fact, do begin to push your knees away from you, but resist with your knees. The knees push back against the hands. And so let's hold right here, really getting into some nice core work and breathe. So remember, when we're doing core work, just do what you can and always back off if you feel overwhelmed or pain. But if you're feeling pretty good, think of really dropping your low back to the floor, okay, keeping that low back grounded. Think of peeling your head and shoulders up here. Keep breathing. Hands push the knees and the knees push the hands. Okay, now we're going to add something here. So feel free to drop your head at any time or keep it up for added challenge. Extend opposite arm and leg. So think about extending your right leg forward and your left hand back. And then bring it back to center. Let's do the other side. Inhale as you extend left leg and right arm away from each other. And exhale back to center. Let's try it again on the right leg, left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Switching sides. Inhale. And exhale. A little bit of core work here. We're going to keep it going. We're going to do 3 more on each side. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now to do 1 more. Now hold where you are. Hold it right there. Reach and breathe. Extend through the arm and leg. Drop your head if you need a break here, okay? Wherever you are, pull that low back to the floor. 3, 2, and switch sides here. Hold and breathe. Same thing. Pull that belly down. Engaging the core to release the low back. Okay, to support your low back. 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Just bend your knees in by your chest. Release your head. Give your legs a nice hug here. Go ahead and rock your low back out on the floor. Nice work. Okay, we started off with some good core work. Hopefully your low back feels nice. Okay, tucking your hands behind your knees here. Let's give a few rocks and rolls, just playfully rocking up and then tipping back to roll down. A few more like that. Rock, then roll. Make it feel nice on your back. Nice massage. Okay, next time you rock up, Pause it right there. Go ahead and drop your knees to one side. You can drop them to the right. Let's say we'll start on the right. So point both knees to the right and then sit back so that you can arrange your legs a bit more specifically. Okay, and I'll turn to face you a little more so that my words can be more clear with my actions. So you've tipped your knees over to the right. So look out so the right shin is lined up in front of you. Okay, I like to think of lining it up with the edge of the mat. And then take the left knee and just touch it to the right foot so that the left toes point back behind you. Okay, and I'll just sit up for a moment to show you that when you look down at your legs, now they make this triangle shape. Okay, and the left toes point back. So take your time getting there, okay? Really useful position for opening the sides of the body so that we can get more heart opening, front body opening. So drop the right hand over on the right, press down into both knees here. Your hips will come up, and you can sweep your left arm overhead. Big breath in. Stretch, open the side body, and exhale, bring it down. Switching sides, hips stay down this time. Inhale, reach that right arm up and over. And exhale, bring it down. Again, on the knee pressing down, lifting hip, left side up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, right side open. And exhale, bring it down. Okay, lovely side opener here, hip opener. Take a few more rounds. Just whatever natural rhythm arises for you. Maybe close your eyes. Just enjoy moving, feeling your movement. Okay, building some warmth here. Building space into the spine and ribs. Okay, next time you are down, both hands are down, you're sitting down, go ahead and lean over to the right and just extend your left leg out to the left. And you can use that left foot, the right knee, and the right hand to press up into a supported side plank. So take your time getting here. I like to move the right knee so that it's directly under the right hip. Okay, that's your best bet for the most support. And take your time making sure that right hand is under the right shoulder as well. Okay, once you're here and you're comfortable, go ahead and lift up that left leg and put a little internal rotation in that left hip, please, so that the toes of the left foot always point a little bit down. Okay, and then we'll lift, maybe you just lift it 1 more centimeter and then tap the floor with that left toe. Again, lift it just about as high as your hip and then tap the toe to the floor. Whew. Nice and easy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Now a little bit of a challenge. Inhale, lift. Now exhale, swing the leg forward. Swing it out in front of you. Try to keep your spine long. And then inhale, lengthen it to point away from your head. Just like that. Again, exhale, swing that leg forward. Keep it just about level with your hip. And inhale, swing it long out again. 1 more, okay? Inhale, swing it forward. And now hold it right here. You can put it down if you need to. Rest it on the floor, okay? But try to internally rotate that hip. Lengthen the leg. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let it go. We're gonna bring that leg back to center. Drop the left foot to the floor and enjoy reaching that left hand very far away from the left foot. Take a moment here in your supported side plank just to breathe and stretch open the left side. Remember to pull your belly button into your spine, protecting your low back and putting that movement into that side body. All right, one more big breath here. Reach the left fingers away from the left foot. And let's come down, okay, just by dropping the left hand and sit onto your hips. You can take your legs out front and shake them out. And we'll just do all of that on the other side. So this time, with just a little bend in your knees, drop your knees over to the left, and we'll arrange that same shape. Okay, I'm gonna turn so that you can see me better, but we're in the same position. So take that left shin now, line it up with the side of your mat, just whatever space you're looking out toward. And then the right toes will point behind you. You can think of the right knee resting in the arch of the left foot. So it looks like this on the ground. It makes a little triangle. Okay, once you're there, left hand down, press down into the floor with your knees. Lift those hips. Big breath in, right hand sweeps overhead. Big side stretch, and exhale to bring it down. On the left now, hips stay down as you inhale, left arm up. And exhale, bring it down. Okay, just like that. Take it a few more times. Close your eyes, lose track of how many you're doing. I'll take care of all of that. And just find a natural rhythm, breathing and moving. Notice space opening up in your side body and your neck. You might get some pops. All right, as long as it feels good, that's usually fine. It's just synovial fluid, tiny adjustments. Okay, next time you come down, just pause. And we'll transition into that supported side plank. So drop that left hand, extend the right leg, okay? And use what you have here on the floor just to press up. Okay, I would say go ahead and adjust that left knee, internally rotate the hip, and put the knee under your hip for more support. Okay, left hand on your left shoulder and long spine. Belly button strong in. So we're gonna lift that right leg here. And keep in mind, you can always drop it and take a break, but do internally rotate that hip, please, okay? So that the toes can't really go higher than the hip. Okay, there's actually a bony part stopping the leg from lifting, and that's okay. So we're inhaling with the leg up, and we're exhaling to tap the toe to the floor. Getting into some hip strength. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Again, lift and lower. Two more, lift. Bring it down. One more, lift it up. Now this time with your exhale, swing that right leg forward, hold it out just about perpendicular to your spine if you can. Okay, inhale, swing the leg back to center. Exhale, swing it forward. Little core challenge for you. Little hip challenge. Inhale. And exhale. One more, okay? Inhale to center. And exhale, swing it forward. Now hold it here with me. You can drop it if you want. You can bend it. Do what you gotta do. 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Come on back to center. Drop that heavy right foot. Extend that right arm over your head, away from the foot, and breathe. Big space in your right side. If you give the floor a gentle push with your left side, you'll have more expansion available in the right. And don't forget that belly muscles are strong in toward the spine to keep the low back neutral. Okay, should feel nice all along that right side. As you're ready, we'll come down this time with the right hand on the floor and then spin down to your knees so that you're on hands and knees. Okay, take a moment here, a few cat-cows just to recalibrate a little bit in your spine. Pulling back on your hands. Send your heart forward as you inhale, arching your spine. Think of opening your chest. With your exhales, push the floor away, round your spine. Open up the backside of your heart. A few more times just like that. Forward on the inhale, maybe getting a little more sideways movement. Okay, find some space in your spine and back that you didn't even know you needed to open up. Maybe one more. Okay, and then rolling your heart forward into a cow pose. Next time you're there, pull that heart forward in your arching, extending spine. And let's hold it here as we breathe. So please do lift your belly button, even though you're arching your spine. And please do pull back on your hands to move that heart forward. Breathe deeply. Point the elbows back. All right, one more big breath here in your cow pose. And then as you exhale, push the floor away, cat pose, rounding your spine. Hang your head and breathe right here. Push that floor. Pull your tailbone down and lift that heart. Nice. Breathing into the backside of your ribs. One more breath here. And let it go. Bring it back to a flat back. All right, we did some great work in the core, the spine, and the whole torso. So now we can get more into extremities, arms and shoulders and legs. Tuck your toes here, lift your hips, and start to paddle out your heels. Downward facing dog. Okay, remember your downward facing dog could have very bent knees, and that's good too. And you can even drop to your hands and knees and call that a down dog as well. Notice how your legs are feeling today. Okay, just walk it out. We want to think of pushing the floor with both hands, pulling the elbows toward each other, and feeling the shoulder blades slide away from your ears. All right, beginning to move here from downward facing dog. Here we go. With your inhale, get your right leg up in the sky. Think of keeping your hips level with each other. Right, exhale here, pull that right knee forward and hover it underneath your chin. And then see if you could drop that right foot next to your right hand. Okay, drop that left knee. And you can use the right knee to press up to a low lunge. Okay, here we are in our first lunge of this practice. So we know in our lunges, anytime we're standing really, we're pressing down actively into both legs. So take a moment, both feet or both legs pressed down, and then think of pulling those knees inward toward each other just slightly. It doesn't really have to be a whole lot of movement, okay, a whole lot of action. But we're gonna move and breathe here a little bit just to get a little warmer. So inhaling here, lift your heart up and open in your lunge. Exhaling here, drop your fingers down under your shoulders. You can use your fingertips. And then just pull back on your hips, extending that right knee partially or fully. It's up to you. Point the toes at your nose. Let's do it again. Inhale forward to your lunge, sweep your arms up. Big open heart. Then exhale, fingertips down. Pull the right hip back. Point the toes at your nose so you're stretching out the back of the leg. So take maybe 3 more, nice and slow, really enjoying the movement. Making it feel just right. About 2 more. Opening the front body and opening up the back of the body. Okay, next time you come up to that lunge, let's hold there. Hold there with me and breathe. Now hold your strong legs pushing into the floor. Let's keep that. Take your hands behind you here. Join your fingers. Hold your own hand. You can keep your elbows really bent if that's best. Or you can move the hands away from you and extend your elbows a bit more, but do keep a little softness in them, okay? Breathe and lift that heart. Possibly, if you want a little extra spice here, you can tuck the left toes and lift that left kneecap, but you're gonna keep pressing the legs down. Breathing big space into your heart, maybe one more long, slow breath to lift your heart up and open. Okay, let it go here. Drop that right knee. That's the left knee behind you. Drop the left knee. Drop your fingers under your shoulders again. And then again, pull that right hip back and pause, opening up the back of the right leg. Take some time here and breathe. Think of lengthening that spine out over the right leg. And remember to pull back only as much as you need to in the right hip. And flex the foot, extend the knee, only as much as you need to. Now, if all is going well here, you can play around with bending your elbows and dropping your heart a little lower, maybe even moving the left knee back. Okay, you might even come down to your elbows if that's feeling good today. Okay, but wherever you are, long spine, one more big breath here in your half split, your Ardha Hanumanasana. And we'll let it go. So bending back into that right knee, right foot back on the floor, plant those palms, tuck that left toe. And let's see if we can come up through a three-leg dog. So inhaling here, get that right leg up in the air behind you. And then exhale, right foot down, back to downward facing dog. Okay, we'll just take a little vinyasa variation in between before we go to the second side. So here we go. Feel free to take a break here if you'd rather. We'll meet in down dog. Inhaling, move that heart forward, find a plank pose. Remember, you can use your knees in plank. And exhale, step to your hands and forward fold. Hug your legs, hang your head. Bend your knees here. Drop your hips. And inhale your hands up, heart up into a chair pose. Big chest, looking up. Exhale, hinge all the way back down to that forward fold. On your inhale, halfway up, bend your knees, unroll your spine to look forward. And exhale here, big fold, hugging your legs. Palms are down. Inhale to step it back to a plank with or without your knees. And exhale, hovering yourself slowly down. Pull that heart forward on your inhale for a little cobra. Big heart up and open. And exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. And we'll take maybe 5 or 6 breaths right here in down dog. So again, think of pushing the floor away from you with your hands and feet, lifting kneecaps, dropping heels, and pulling elbows inward slightly. One visualization or maybe just a trick that I use to help me in downward facing dog is I think of a column of energy running from the floor up to my trunk in each of my legs. The center of the leg is just a column of energy, and each arm is too. All right, but feeling energetic here, but also grounded. Let's move to the second side. Inhaling here, let's get that left leg up in the air. And exhale, left knee forward, hover it underneath you. And finally, step it forward, left foot by the left hand. Drop that right knee, okay? And use the left leg to press up to your low lunge on this side, Anjaneyasana. Okay, so you could get your arms up here, whatever you need, but start to actively press those legs into the floor. Each leg pushes down and each knee pulls inward toward the other. And that's where we find that action in our lunge. So stick with that action and we'll start to move. Okay, same as we did on the other side. Inhaling here, lift your heart up and open, spreading open your chest. Exhaling here, drop your fingers under your shoulders. Pull that hip back. Extend the left leg as much as you like. And go ahead and flex that ankle. So we'll move between those two postures. We'll just flow for a bit. Inhaling to your low lunge. Spread open your chest. And exhaling to your Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split. So maybe close your eyes. Try doing this one with your eyes closed. Notice how nice it feels just to move. Don't worry about how many you're doing. Just take it nice and slow. Okay, finding that gentle engagement against the ground all the time really helps your lunge open up. All right, the next time you come up into your low lunge, hold it right there and breathe. Okay, so reactivate that leg activity if you need to. Push down, pull together. And then take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers the other way, the one you didn't do last time. And you can keep your hands close to you if your shoulders are tight, or you can move your hands away from you if you like. But no matter what, please keep your elbows a little soft and not locked. And let's breathe here. So options, you can stay here, you could take that break if you need it, or you could tuck the right toes and hover the right knee. Okay, make sure your hips and your legs agree. Nice breath. Lift that big heart. All right, maybe one more nice breath here. And then let it go, dropping that back knee here, fingers down underneath your heart. Let's pull back that hip, pull it on back. Extend the left leg and flex that foot. And here we are. You can walk your fingers back a little, maybe even walk your right knee back. Okay, but find a nice space where you can just breathe. Keep lengthening your spine. Dig down into that left heel and pull back on that hip. Okay, and every day is different. Every hip is different, but you might decide you want to bend your elbows or even come down to them. Just make sure it feels right. You want to keep the shoulders away from the ears while you're here too, and preserving that long neck all the time. All right, wherever you are in your Ardha Hanumanasana, we're going to back out. Okay, bending that right knee. Sorry, that's the left knee. Go ahead and put that left foot back on the floor. Palms back on the floor under shoulders. Tuck those right toes. And let's come up to a three-leg dog. Left leg up in the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, set it down, downward facing dog. Okay, I'm going to take another little vinyasa before we keep going. So feel free to come along or take a break. Same as we did before. Inhaling, heart forward to a plank. Feel free to knees or no. And exhale to your hands, feet to hands, and fold. On your inhale, drop your hips, bend your knees, and reach your hands up for a chair pose. Pull that belly back. Exhale here, fold it right back into a forward fold. Inhale, unroll your heart to look forward. Then exhale, hold your legs, hug them close. Palms are down here. Inhale and step it back to your plank. Knees down or no. And with your exhale, just lower yourself down. Inhale for your cobra. Lift your belly button as you pull that heart up. Then exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take 5 or 6 breaths right here, just pushing that floor away from you, letting your heart spread downward, elbows in. All right, think of lifting your tailbone a little higher and dropping the heels a little lower. Downward facing dog. There's always something to work on in downward facing dog, no matter how many years you practice it. It's always teaching. Okay, friends, moving from here with your inhale, right leg up in the sky, send it up. With your exhale, right foot forward, drop it outside your right hand. Let's drop the back knee. Okay, coming up into another low lunge, use that right knee to press up. But this time, we'll twist it, okay? Really use a twist to wring out your back and your spine and bring more space all around the rib cage. So take this left elbow to the outer right knee. Okay, hook it on there. And then you can use that hook to put your hands in a prayer position. Okay, palms together. And we'll just breathe here, looking out to the right. Okay, so keep your spine nice and long. Remember, you're in a lunge, so you're still resisting the floor with your legs, the same way you were in that first lunge we did. So push the floor down. Think of hands to heart, heart to hands, always magnetized toward each other. And the deeper you go in the twist, the deeper you need to be breathing. Remember that. Okay, speaking of going deeper, you could extend your arms if you like, reaching the left fingers down and the right fingers up. And you could also choose to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee in your lunge. But breathe wherever you are. All right, one more big breath here in this twisty, twisty lunge. Drop that back knee if it was up. Okay, drop your hands down underneath your shoulders. Whew. And we'll come up through a 3-leg dog. So let's get the right leg up in the air. Okay, we're gonna scorpion this one. So bend that right knee, point the toes to the left, and pause as you open up that right hip. Hang right here. If you need to drop the left knee, you can still do this from there, okay? Think of looking underneath your left armpit at your foot in the air. And drop into that left heel a little more. Drop the right shoulder. Maybe one more big breath here in your scorpion hip opener. Go ahead and let it go. Drop the right foot next to the left. Okay, here comes another little vinyasa, same as before. Feel free to come along or take a break. Inhaling here, plank. Exhale to your hands and fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale to chair squat, Utkatasana. Look up maybe. And exhale, fold it right back down. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, back to the fold. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, hover down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Back and down dog, walk it out. Okay, one more side. Here we go. Left leg up in the air, big breath in. Okay, exhale, left foot forward. Go ahead and drop it outside your left hand and drop that right knee. Okay, coming up through a lunge, go ahead and strengthen those legs against the floor and toward each other. So get your lunge action. And then right elbow to the outer left knee, twist to look over to the left. Okay, hold here and breathe. I'll spin around and face you. Okay, remember your long spine. You're twisting, you want a long spine. Okay, hands to heart, heart to hands, always trying to meet each other. And get that big breath happening. Okay, so finding some space here, maybe close your eyes if you want to challenge your sense of balance. If you want to deepen this a little bit, play a little more with it, you can extend your arms. Okay, opening your chest wide, big chest. You can deepen the lunge too by lifting that back knee. Long, slow breath. Long, soft spine. How about one more big breath here in your twisted lunge? And let it go. All hands down. Drop that back knee for a moment here. Okay, and then as you're ready, we'll come up through a three-leg dog. So inhaling the left leg up in the sky. Let's scorpion it this time. So bend that left knee, shoot the toes to the right, and pause. Okay, drop the left shoulder so you can look under the right. We really need to work on keeping the shoulders level here. It's challenging. Okay, pull back on the right hip and drop that right heel. Let that left hip open wide. Nice breath here in your scorpion pose. All right, one more big breath. A scorpion, opening up the hips. And exhale, let it go. Left foot down next to the right. Okay, one last vinyasa, and then we'll get down to the mat and get a little bit more stretchy. Inhaling here, heart forward to plank. And exhale, step to your hands and fold. Okay, drop your hips, bend your knees. Inhale to your Utkatasana, chair squat. And exhale back to the fold. Halfway up on the inhale, unroll your spine to look forward. And back to the fold on your exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. And exhale, slowly down. Inhale for your cobra, extending that heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come on up. Last down dog of this practice. Notice how it feels. Notice your heart rate and your breath. Beginning to get to the cool down, winding down part of the practice. Just leaving this, the heat of the big flow behind. All right, from here, go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Take a moment, just bending your knees one at a time. Letting the low back hang, letting your head hang. And then try this. Bend your right knee, but extend your left. So keep your left leg more straight and your right leg more bent. And then both hands are going to grab your left ankle and just hug it towards hug your shin towards your forehead. Just on the left ankle. Big breath here and keep that neck long. Now let's switch sides, okay? Fingers back to the ground. Bend the left knee, extend the right one a bit more, okay? And then both hands grab the right ankle. Gently hug that shin towards your forehead. Right, as you're ready, let that one go. Fingers down in front of you. And then shimmy those feet a bit wider than your hips. Toes turn outward. And then drop your hips down into a malasana squat. Just a final treat for your hips and low back before we come all the way down. So I'm just going to turn a little bit to face you, but we are in the same place. Okay, hips are down. Palms can come together here. Put those elbows between your knees and think of extending your spine up and open. Breathe. And once your body settles in a little bit, put a little activity in your legs, like you wanted to just lift your hips 1 inch instead of just letting them hang. Okay, with that activity in your legs, maybe reach your fingers out in front of you and crawl them out as far as you like. Keep your hips where they are though. Think of moving the hips back as the hands reach forward. And then walk your fingers over to one side. Fingers walk over to the side, but those hips keep pulling back. Walk your fingers over to the other side. Get the other side of your back body here. And then bring the hands back to center here. See if you could walk your hands back really slowly and just drop your hips. Extend your legs in front of you. And shake them out. Okay, friends, from here, drop your hands behind you. Fingers pointed back at you. And then drop to your elbows. Okay, and then maybe you put just enough bend in your knees that you can put your feet on the ground. I like to do this with a little bend in the knees, but you can experiment for yourself. Okay, so double check your shoulders really are over your elbows, and then press down into your elbows to lift your rib cage nice and high. And take a moment just to feel the fronts of your shoulders opening up. So elbows pressed down. Heart is lifting nice and high. So keep that, okay? Keep that lifted heart. And then think about making your neck as long as it can be. And really tucking the chin in towards your neck so that you imagine that there are no creases on any side of your neck. It's no wrinkles to the left, right, front, or back. It's so long and tucked in the chin. And from there, you can start to maybe point your head to point back behind you, maybe to point at the mat. But keep your chin tucked. You should still be able to talk and breathe. Big breath. Elbows push down. Heart lifts up. Opening up all the space on the front side of your rib cage and your throat and your heart. Or maybe one more big breath here, spreading open your front body. Okay, as you're ready, pull your chin back in towards your chest. Move your elbows out away from each other. And come all the way down to your back. Extend your arms. And then just a final twist, just to realign and get us ready for Shavasana. So go ahead and extend your left leg. Bring that right knee up and in. And use your left hand to guide the right knee to the left into a nice little twist. Okay. As you let that right hip really stack over your left, so do your best to get that right hip up over the left. Go ahead and look to the right here. You can make a cactus arm with your right arm and look out over it. Big breath here. I want you to think of lifting your heart up and open here as you breathe. Actively resisting the floor at least a little with your body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big chest. Strong belly. As you're ready, bring that right leg back through center and let it go. And we'll just switch sides. Bring the left knee in. Right hand guides the left knee to the right. So another twist. Okay, try to roll all the way onto that right hip. Cactus the left arm and look out to the left. Close your eyes. Let your body cool down and realign. Remember to lift your heart up to the ceiling here, spreading open your ribs. And remember to use your strong belly muscles as well. As you're ready, bring that left leg back in. Go ahead and extend your legs, extend your arms out beside you, and rest. You made it. What a great practice. And now we really get to reap the benefits of all of the movement and breath that we just practiced. Now, release all control over breath and body and just be. Without controlling the depth or length of your breath, just watch it flow naturally. Feel your body moving to accommodate the breath effortlessly. Without trying at all, your body knows exactly what to do. Notice your hands and your feet, very soft, kind of flappy here. All your muscles releasing any sense of doing, just being here. Let your heart dome up and open toward the ceiling here. Let your face be softly smiling. The jaw hangs slack. A forehead is open. Watching the breath come in noticing the breath go out. Allow yourself to just be in this moment, noticing how it feels to be, how it sounds. Connected to this moment, you connect yourself to past and present as well. Please keep resting just like this, my friends, for as long as you can. Thanks so much for joining me today.